Well, welcome to the Wild West. We are in Tombstone, Arizona today. Tombstone is Arizona's last major boom town of the 1880s and is most known for the gunfight at the OK Corral, as well as those misbehaving bandits Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp. And it is full of history and places that are on the National Historic Register. So let's check out Tombstone. It's not the shady lady in Silverton. This is a cute little town, so it'll do. I'm obsessed with Hallmark movies, and I really do feel like that's where I'd meet the man of my dreams. Just saying. I love Arizona, man. I'm definitely a lady of the morning, not a lady of the night. So one thing to note, if you are visiting Tombstone, most things open around 9 to 10 a.m. We came very early for just a morning walk around 8 because they do have live gunfights on the streets during the day. And I have a protection canine, and anytime there's gunfire, it doesn't bode well. He goes into a-hole mode, as he should, because he's keeping me safe, because he doesn't understand that it's fake. So keep that in mind. If you have young kids, it would be great to see those. But if you have dogs that might be afraid of gunfire, maybe come early. Something else to note about Tombstone is that it is tiny, and I think this is best used in the way that I'm using it today, which is part of a greater adventure. Come explore. If you have kids and family, do the museums, do the gunfights. There's mining tours, but if you're like me and you're here with a dog, there are some dog-friendly stores. Most of them aren't open. I don't need to shop, so I'm not super worried about it. But other than that, there's not too much to do if you have a dog other than walk around, but it's still a great place to come see history. I'm actually kind of sad at myself that I don't know more about the history here, so I'm gonna remedy that tonight. Maybe I'll buy myself a book on Arizona history, because I feel like I know more about Colorado history than I do my own state. So we're gonna remedy that, but it is only about 3 blocks long. They do have the streets shut down for those gunfights and for the shows, and they are dirt roads, which is super fun, and those boardwalks, which you know I love. I love Arizona's Wild West culture. I love its background. It's rough and it's gritty, and I absolutely love that about Arizona. So this is totally a great place to stop, even if it's just a short, quick time. Taking the views. It's beautiful Arizona mountain country around here. Check out some history on the mines, the OK Corral, the gunfights, and then head on to your next adventure. So hard, I don't have my Subaru anymore, and I had the perfect. Here we go. It's a little far away, but it'll work. right, so let me explain why we are doing this little mini stop in Tombstone, Arizona, and then headed off onto some more adventures. So I was gonna take the drop out this weekend, had it packed up, ready to go and everything, but I think I might have found my home on wheels. But let me explain why we're down here. So my home on wheels that I think I might be buying is actually located about 5 hours away in California. I found it through a private seller. I messaged him, I was like, hey, I haven't been able to walk through this specific model, but on paper, it's absolutely everything I want. I was like, I think I might be able to drive out there this weekend to walk through it. And he's like, cool. He's like, you're the first normal person that I've spoken to, because Facebook Marketplaces. And he's like, I have no problem. So that was like a week ago. And then the specific model, let me explain a little better, is not in Arizona. At least it hasn't been. Until yesterday, it showed up at a dealer in Tucson. So Tucson's only about an hour and 30 minutes for me. So I called the guy, I was like, hey, I'm gonna drive down to Tucson because I'm gonna be able to get there quicker. I'm gonna just check the model, see if it's the one I want, and then we can regroup after that. That way I'm not wasting 10 hours total driving there or his time. So that is what we are doing. We have an appointment to go see this model, walk through it, see if it's the camper for me. And like, I can't just not have an adventure too. So we decided to do a little mini adventure. As you can tell by the outfit, Arizona's still freaking hot. We are almost to the holidays and it is not letting go. So what better way to escape some of the heat of Phoenix? Come down here, do this little historical, I don't know what you call it, historical walkthrough, head up to Tucson, which will be a little bit warm, check out the camper, and then head to the pines of Mount Lemmon for a little trail ride. So perfect little fun day. So we just finished up in Tombstone and I'm cracking up laughing because I'm filming in the car because there are so many grumpy cowboys in Tombstone. I don't know. I felt really awkward trying to film in front of them. They were all just like walking around even as early as when we got here at 7:45, and it just felt really awkward. And I don't get really awkward. I film and talk to myself all the time, but they weren't smiling. I don't know if it was like the act they have to play or if they just grumpy down here. But so we filmed in the car. So we're headed back north towards Tucson, but first I'm gonna grab a coffee. There was a super cute coffee shop in Benson that's on the way out here, and I'm feeling the need for a little more caffeine. So let's hit the road. Also, it's official. I need a cowboy hat. Yeah. Now, I've actually always wanted one. I've just never found one that fits my head. This is like my favorite little hat that helps protect me from sunburn. And that isn't a ball cap, but I feel the need. Feel the need for a cowboy hat, yeah. Especially after walking around with all those cowboys and cowgirls. Funny little story about this kid back here. Okay, let me put that all the way up for a second. Funny little story about this kid back here. So we just passed an immigration control center. It was closed today, but when he was a puppy was when the first time that I came down here and did Bisbee in Tombstone, and it was open. And I was with my parents, so we were in the back seat, and they were using a Belgian Malinois to check the cars, and he lost his marbles barking, and so did the Malinois. And the immigration control guy was just cracking up laughing because I think he realized what was going, like he looked up and realized what was going on and just kind of waved us through. But I always joke, you know, if you want to bring some citrus or something back from Mexico, like just, you know, bring a Malinois with you. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. Do not break the laws. Do not. Please do not. I'm not saying that. Never break a law. But it was super cute. It was like meets like, and they both like just absolutely lost their marbles. So memories. That was so little. Easiest pup cup ever. Well, not really. Remember the red ones from Delta that were in like the mini solo cups? Those were the smallest ever, but I still have those mini solo cups. Still gone. Just got coffee from Mad Mule Coffee Co. in Benson, Arizona. Benson, Arizona is giving off major Delta, Colorado vibes, and I am here for it. It's just missing the Gunnison River, obviously, and the crazy mountains, although there's some pretty big mountains around here because we're very southern Arizona. So it's definitely giving off some Delta vibes, and I'm missing my little coffee shop from Delta that was so good. But this is excellent. So, all right, on to Tuscan. See if anybody can guess what I was just singing there. It is old school, but it is copyrighted, so you guys have no idea. But that is what it is like. Driving with me it is a concert. Full-on concert, romance books, podcast, like science geeky podcasts, and back to concerts. That is what it's like. All right. We are at the dealer. I'm not going to take you guys with me because one, you guys have looked at way too many RVs with me that aren't going to be my home. But two, I feel good about this one and I want it to be a surprise. So we're going to go check it out. So I'll catch you in a minute. That's it. That's home. That's home. That's the first one that's made me cry. So definitely I'm a girl who follows my emotions, but also like I've already obviously done the research, the weight limits. I know all of that. So it was just finding one that fell inside that felt like home. And I'll give you a sneak peek because obviously until I purchase it, things could change. But that is the model I'm going after. I'm gonna message the guy in California. That's a bit of a challenge to get to. I need to get my trailer brakes installed. And that's a very long, hilly, mountainous drive for the first time towing a 19-footer. But I gotta do it sometime. So hopefully as long as he can help me hitch up, because I've never used a weight distribution hitch, we should be fine. We'll be fine. We're always fine. It is what it is. Remember? That's our motto. But that was home. Instantaneously, like Fiend's laid down by the door. There's so much room. There's a queen size bed. There's lots of natural light. There's kitchen. And what I really kept coming back to was just really functional storage for me and Fiend's to be able to live in there. And there's functional storage, like so much storage, so much space. Without a slide. I did go with the structural integrity of not having a slide, is kind of the moral of the story. As with all RVs, like you go in with eyes wide open, people, like you're hurling your home down the highway at 60 miles per hour. I don't have the finances nor the desire to invest in something like an Airstream. So for me, like my budget includes fixing things, and I'll learn how to fix things and know that shouldn't be how it is, but it is what it is. It's the RV industry. And I'm going with a brand that's got goodish reviews. Obviously, there are things that I know, trim and things are gonna break, especially when you're living in it full time. So I have my eyes wide open, and I think that's all you really can do. So like, I appreciate all of the support, advice. Just know, yeah, I have my eyes wide open. It is what it is. I don't have $52,000 plus to invest in a camper, nor do I want to. So I'm going with what my budget allocates and allows for, but also that feels like home and as goodish reviews as I can get. There were some specifics that I looked for because I know they're easier to fix or just they last longer in general. So anyhow, that's my little tangent. Eyes wide open when you're purchasing an RV, which is another reason why I'm like fighting for a really good price and going certain places for a really good price, because that way then I have extra budget to do the repairs that I will need to do once I'm, hurling my home down the highway and bouncing it along roads. Like, shit happens. So anyhow, we are now feeling light and full and excited. and we're gonna go to where it's a little bit cooler because it is currently 92 degrees, and we're gonna get some energy out. I'm working with a running coach, so today's a run day, so we're gonna get a run in. So let's go, people, let's go. To stop and get gas. It's the one thing I don't like about driving a truck. Mater is thirsty, but I don't know if you guys have had this viral drink, the Fairlife protein in the Coke Zero, or it's really good in the zero sugar root beer. So I made myself one of these, a little pre-run protein. All right, we've got about a half-hour drive remaining. We are on the Bigelow Trail, which is just one I know. It's a climb, so I'm not sure how much running, but I do know there's a trail that kicks off about halfway up. And if I remember, it's pretty runnable. I'm just gonna do like a little bit longer of a warm up, get up to that trail spot, and go there and see. It's a recovery week, so not as much like pressure to like really hit paces that my coach gives me. So I kind of slightly mentioned that I'm working with a coach. I've been with Dr. Katie for off and on for over 3 years now. I suffered a grade 3 ankle sprain a little over 3 years ago, and I wanted to work with a PT and coach who knew I wasn't going to stop moving and I wasn't going to stop living life. And I'm a firm believer that movement is medicine, and I found Trailblaze PT, Dr. Katie, and she's magic. But she now is just my running coach, not just running coach, strength coach. And we're using this winter to try to get stronger, more confident on some speeds and some climbs, so that come life on the road, I can just confidently go pick any trail and go. So, but this week is just a recovery week. So I've got some splits, and what I'll do is when I can't run some of the splits, I'll just power hike really fast and get to that RPE that I need. So anywho, it is beautiful. It's a little warm. It's like 73, which for me is pretty warm to run in. I know, I live in Arizona, don't judge. But we'll get it done.
Take me home. I'm holding on to you. There ain't no love like our love. There ain't no love like our love.
Such a fun run that I didn't film too much coming down because it was really technical, and I was trying to like keep my fast little pitter patter of feet. That was super great. It felt really good. And now I found a rock overlooking the drive that's up here and the beautiful views, and I'm gonna have a snack. Don't normally eat these. They're actually not that good for you. TBH, I'd rather just a cookie, but I got one of these for free, so we're gonna eat it today. And it's all warm from being in the car, but I wonder what Pete is doing. He's hurling a rock, because apparently that run did nothing for him. Actually, this one isn't bad. Maybe it's the Lenny and Larry's, or the Larry's ones I don't like. Maybe it's because it's warm and I'm hungry. I don't know. They're pretty good. Dude. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy the view and get my dog from playing with the rock.